Okay, here I am again. I'm going to try to... Come on, Pierre. Do it right. Or don't do it at all. I was at Target yesterday to go down the bachelor aisle and find my bachelor goods, which in my case are coffee and milk and cereal and peanut butter and jelly and bread. And in their dollar bin, they had this notebook, and I'm always looking for notebooks that might have nice paper. And this had very, very smooth paper. Yes, it has this pretty little flower thing, and this journal belongs to, and this little, gold little folder thing back here. But I thought, well, I'm going to take a chance. I hope that this paper is good, and it's great paper. And it was $3 for this. Horizon Group USA, 1-count spiral planner blue, 53 sheets, 106 pages, and one place pocket, it says. Warren, New Jersey, distributed. Origin, China. Okay. Anyway, $3. Well, this was in the dollar bin, but when I rang it up, it said $3, and I talked to the nice lady. The last thing she wanted to do is talk to me, I'm sure, but I said this was... Oh, I'm sorry about that, sir. Look at what's wrong with this pen. Did I do that? When did this happen? When? Look at that. I don't think I did that. I mean, I probably did do that. How did that happen? Did I cram the drawer back and cause that to happen? I hate when that happens. How did that happen? I'm really, really, really upset right now. Pissed off. Okay. Was this the pen I was using yesterday? I don't think so. Do I have another Conklin? I wanted to try out these green pens again. These green and blue inks. I guess this must have been it. Someone sent me two Sailor inks and one Penman ink. And I tried it out on some paper, and I ended up... the paper was very yellow, and I just wanted to see how blue this actually is on whiter paper. And this paper is very weird. It's sort of a gray paper, but it doesn't bleed. I bought 2 of these. And I've played with the other one on my couch, and I've been trying different inks and different pens, and it does not bleed through, and it does not bleed in the fibers. So whatever they're using in China to make these things, it's pretty good. I don't know if this is the pen I was using yesterday. It just doesn't seem... It doesn't feel the same as it did yesterday, but yesterday was an entire day ago, and I thought, well, I'll try these blues on here. How did that nib get bent, Pierre Gustafson? What did you do? The drawers I'm using... Let me zoom back out. The drawers I use for these things, maybe it could have been that the pen nib, the pen got pushed way into the back, and when I slammed the drawer shut, that happened that way. But we'll find out if I can fix it. I think I can. I think the pen I was using was greener than this. The Conklin company, that's the one I was using. They made sort of 3 different colors of green during this time of these Enduras. One was this kind of green and one was that kind of green, and I think there was a third kind that might have been just slightly different. But I'm in a blue mood, so I thought I'd share with you this tablet, which is very smooth and very nice, and will serve its purposes when I have people come over and try nibs out, inks out. Okay, now this is number 1. This is number 1, whatever this was. I could read this before. Sailor Suiton, whatever that means. Number 2. No, it's number 3. Number 2, I think this, he said, was Penman. No, this is Sailor something else. Number 2. And then number 3 might be Parker Penman. That's not what it says. So, anyway, I'll have to... Where's his note? I just found his letter. This is part of the letter that he wrote me. Platinum Carbon Black, $100 reward. This is how people should write letters to me. Long and detailed, but this is not the page that I'm thinking of. No. Somewhere I got that other page. Oh well. Number 2. This is the green-ish one. A nice blue-green one. Really a happy color. We're blue, but we're happy. Is that possible? Depressed and happy. Blue. How does it... I'm going to break this nib too. I'm just amazed at how different these 2 nibs are, and why I have both of them. And I'm not going to let you have either one. I'm really, really, really greedy. This color matches this pen, this bluish green. And the last one was sort of the love, if I remember correctly from yesterday, was the love child of both of these. And I think he said that in a text to me that it was a Penman ink. Yes, I know. Did you watch me, what do you call it? Cleanse my palette. Did you watch me do that with the sorbet course? No, I just dipped it right in, even though it had this ink on it. I just went right in. Just because I can. This is my channel. I can do what I want. Now you see these little bits where the ink is not sort of going into the page. That might be because of my hand resting on it and the oils of my hand got into the paper, or it could be that the paper is somehow shitty. See, here it's railroading because I put my big old fingerprint right there. You don't want to touch your paper too much because it will make it harder for the ink to transfer onto the fibers of the paper. And there's a resistance that you can sometimes get. Really, really nice. Okay, let's look at this Waterman with the nib that does that. How did that happen? Am I going to have to fix this in front of you? Do I have the guts to do that? I'm using my fingers, my bare hands. I know that's not. Let me get my pliers. Let me get my burnisher. Talk amongst yourselves. God damn it! Fuck. That's not supposed to be there. You know why that's there? Because my Mont Blanc ink bottle spilled. And why did that happen? Because I was trying to find something else in my house. And did I find it? No. Talk amongst yourselves. Gee, that Pierre is losing it. You think? You think he's losing it? Yeah, I really do. He's really losing it. He's losing it. Not only is he losing it, I think he's actually lost it. Do you think he's lost it? Do you think he's lost it? Okay, okay, you can stop talking about me now. Pliers. Nib. Wonder how many other nibs are broken. Okay, nib, pliers. First, I'm going to try to straighten, put the pliers sort of in between, in the middle of the bend, and do what I can. See what I've done already? By just one bare squeeze of the pliers. Okay, am I going to try to bend it up at the crease? Do you think I want to do that? Am I even getting? I am getting them. Okay, let's just put the pen back in here. Let's get my little ink, my number 2 ink. Get a new piece of paper, a new day, new administration. A new year. You see why I was upset when I saw the nib did that, because this is really, I could tell when I saw the nib, that it was one that was very, very fine and boingy, springy. And I don't want to do any more. I don't want to try the burnisher. This is working fine right now with just that. Okay, you want me to continue? You want me to see if I can break the pen? So sweet. I don't think I want to. Okay. I'll try it. Try it again. Why? Why isn't this making contact? Did I break this somehow? It's not supposed to have that little bend at the tip. What's happening to me? Fuck. I have to fix this now. Where's my... I need a pliers to fix my pliers. How is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? No. Where did my pliers go? My pliers. Pliers. The very tip of this, this tine of this pair of pliers, of nib pliers, is bent. And it's not supposed to be bent. So I'm doing the same thing here that I did with the nib. I'm just pressing down and hoping that that's going to change, but it didn't. A little better. I was pushing it down like this, and the nib was loose, and that's not supposed to be loose when I press down with all my muscles. Where is this making contact in the back? Try that. Okay, this is as far as it's going to go. So, I mean, the far as I'm going to go. I just about dropped it out of my hands. Number 2. Look what I've done. That was thinner. This is thicker. I fucked it up. Why does this happen to me? What did I do wrong in my life that this would happen to me? My kingdom for a loop. No, there's nothing wrong with that nib. But what did I do? Why is it now fatter? Did I shove it in further? There's so many variables. You know, how far in do you shove the nib? What's the... Is this how it's supposed to write? And when I'm sad. I'm getting very sad. This nib lasted through World War II and the Korean conflict and the Vietnam War and the Trump administration, almost. And then somehow I bent it in my drawer, so it did this. And then in fixing it, trying to fix it, I managed to take the charm that it had and remove it. Okay, one of these tines is a little up from the other. No, they're not. Maybe this will work. Count to 10, Pierre. It's not as thin. When I first showed you this, it was really... Where did I show you that first? This page? It was really prickly fine. It's still pretty good, but it's not as fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this nib. You know, if I saw this nib, I'd buy it in a second. But I'm remembering what it was like when it was bent. And okay, let's just keep doing it. Put it in here. See what happens if I can burnish see if I can get the two nibs together. One of the things that happens, see if I can show it with a not a drawing, but an actual demonstration with a piece of paper. So there's slit, nib, here's your nib. Pretend that's the breather hole. That fingerprint is a breather hole. Now the nib is curved like this. The whole nib is, not just, I should have curved it before I cut it out. Now, in its fall to the floor, it did this. It didn't completely crack, but it did that. And this line is relatively straight across. So when if I straighten this out and straighten this out, because now the curve here has been compromised. This is flatter now in cross section than it was, that you have things like this happen where the nib crosses itself. So then you have to burnish it again and try to tweak it again and bend it around again to try to get them to be the way they were. And I think that that's what happened. In my first bending it back, I didn't flatten out the halves. See, what's happening is the ball at the end of the nib, which is essentially spherical but with a flat cut through it, when the shape of the nib is curved, they're together. Both halves are together. But when this is flattened out, there's a gap that happens, at the top or the bottom, and they don't meet together. They're meeting only at one end or the other, one side or the other, and it's going to be. And of course, every time I bend and tweak and do everything else that I'm doing, the metal is getting a little weaker in so doing. But I'm going to try one more time. Let me just look through my little loop to see what I'm looking at here at the very end, the very tip of this thing. Pick a loop that maybe is stronger. And I can't tell by looking at this. So what I'm going to do is just try to apply a lot of pressure to this area of the nib that had the original bend. See if I can put the bend back, the angle back. I was talking about the blue ink. Can I talk about the blue ink while I do this? While you watch me cry? While we watch a grown man cry, can we go back to the blue ink? Color is seductive. I find myself, putting red in a pen for the first time, and I think, oh my God, look at that. The line is red. So I put it in another pen and another pen, and then suddenly I've got a bunch of red pens that aren't giving me anything but joy. It's not helping me come up with the right word or do the right drawing, but it is helping me, it is making me smile. Maybe that's enough. I'm not really, though, a color person. I know a lot of you use many, many different colors of ink, and you love putting the golden brown color ink and the golden brown color pen, and maybe you match your ink with the pen, and that's a lot of fun. I kind of see it as, for me, window dressing. It's for me. I find it more distracting than it is pretty. Okay, this is better. No, it isn't. I lied. I'm lying to you. Well, I'll continue to work on it. One of the tines is a little further down than the other, and that might be part of the problem. Okay, this is way off kilter. But this actually feels good, so I know that there's a way to do it. I just have to reshape the nib to make it be right when it's not twisted. Good luck with that, Pierre. One of the things that sort of bothers me these days is I really can't see anymore. My eyesight is not working well, and for me to do this kind of work, I don't know whether I would trust myself to do it on your pen. I might do it on my pen, and I have had some successes recently. There's still that bend. And again, I can buy an expensive, loop thing that I can look through. I'm going to leave it here. Maybe the next time I open up this drawer, I'll forget that was bent. Maybe I'll forget all about it. This is a Wahl Eversharp nib that might as well be a nail. It's very firm. This is a Wahl Eversharp nib in the coral color. Is this the one I just... Yes. I can't forget about it if I keep picking it up. A big old Maybe Todd nib. No, yes, no, what? Is it a Maybe Todd? Warranted. Who made the pen? Maybe Todd and Company. Okay, well, that was the Maybe Todd part. Swan lovers will know that swan levers are really long. Way longer than a lever has to be to push a sack. Sometimes, they're like this long and the pen is only this big in diameter. And that the fulcrum, the little pin that goes through the axle, is like way up here, not in the middle, but way at the top. Okay, can I go back to the blue? Can I just end on a blue note? How many pages of this beautiful notebook have I ruined? Have I ruined 25 cents worth yet? No, I think I still... Okay, this is that green color. So, happy green thoughts. That says happy. I'm a chocolate mess again, but not just chocolate. A chocolate with mint interior, mint filling. Well, I'm going to put this and this and this and this and these. Try not to bend any of the nibs. And that and this. Bye.